All right, welcome everybody. Today we're going to do some yoga and we're going to focus on alignment a lot today. So, for instance, like I was just sitting, it's very easy to sit like this and not have your whole body from head to toe in line. And that's kind of what I'm talking about is keeping your body in line from the head to the toe. So, we're always going to think about that. You can think about having your ears right over your shoulders rather than forward, pulling your head back a little bit. So, let's kind of start with that and start with some breathing and just relaxing in a good postural alignment. So sit up nice and tall, open up the chest. I like the palms up, that really helps too. You can see how once you turn the hands in, the shoulders come in. Having the palms out is really helpful. So let's go ahead and just focus on breathing here. Inhaling for about 5 seconds and then exhaling for 5 seconds. You should feel your belly kind of rising as you inhale and then exhale. So think of diaphragmatic breathing. The diaphragm there kind of goes down, opens up the breath, and then as you exhale, it comes back up. And the diaphragm is a muscle, so you want to strengthen it just the same. Nice deep inhale, about 5 seconds. Feel the belly really expanding, and then exhale and relax. And think of just relaxing your mind and your body with each exhale. Just really letting go. Taking just a couple more deep breaths. Excellent. So let's go ahead and scoot up here. And we're going to work on alignment like I said. So I'll show you my feet here. You want to even have your hips in line with your knees, in line with your toes. So all of that is in one line as well. All right. We're going to start with shoulder rolls, just curving the back and then exhaling as you come back. You're going to inhale as you go up. So you might think of your feet as if they're on railroad tracks, pretty much the same width as your hips. One more breath. Good, and then just open up to mountain pose. We're going to pull those shoulders back. This is a great pose to work on your alignment. Have the ears right over your shoulders. So you don't want your head forward. If anything, you kind of tuck the chin a tad bit. Good, now tighten the core. Taking just a couple more deep breaths. Good, and then we're going to extend this leg out, reach up and over. Opening up the chest, looking back behind you. Just taking some nice deep breaths. And relax. Other side, just stepping out, reaching down and reaching up. So it's not all about leaning over on this one. Actually keep yourself in line in this diagonal sort of direction with your body. And then you're opening up to the rear. And relax. Bring the feet together and we're going to have really good posture and then we're going to do a twist. You might even use this hand to kind of push yourself up behind you and then a little twist. And other side. Take 2 breaths here. Excellent. Now go ahead and put one leg out. Take a deep breath in and exhale as you come forward. You can support yourself here on this leg so that you don't do too much pressure on your lower back. But you're going to keep the leg on the floor straight, pull the toes back, keep your body in line there, take your chest to the toes. And then just take some nice deep breaths. Excellent. All right, then we're going to outline the edge of the shoe. So inside toe, outside heel. Just kind of go around the edge of the shoe. And this is a time where it's easy to go back to that bad posture. Make sure you kind of, I think of it as just pumping myself up with this foot pedal here, getting taller and taller. And direction. Great way to rotate the ankle. Good, and then just pick it up, pull it into your chest, kind of stretch the back of the leg here. Head to or chin to knee, rotate your ankle. Other direction. Point and flex. And then put that leg back, all the way back. Stretching the hip flexor, reaching up and back. Make sure that your hip and knee and foot are all in line. You don't want this out here. Keep it all right in one straight line. And relax. Excellent. Let's go ahead and put out the other foot. So here we go. Take a deep breath in and exhale. So think of pulling your shoulders back and then putting your chest forward. Feel the back of the leg stretching. You might exhale as you stretch a little further. Excellent. And then we'll rotate that ankle, outlining the edge of the shoe. And that posture. Other direction. Excellent. And then we're going to just take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. Take the thumbs forward or thumbs up, arms forward. And exhale. Open up to the side. And exhale. Thumbs up, arms forward. And exhale. Good, let's go to airplane pose. So this is where you're going to have the palms facing down. I'm going to hinge at my hips and notice the alignment. The arm here is the same kind of angle as my body. You can see that's straight, not like this. Everything's all in one line. And then the feet, remember, you keep it right. Hips, knees, and toes. and you actually tighten up the legs. Tighten up the lower back. Take about 2 more breaths. Pull those shoulders back and down. 1 more breath. And then push out, curve the back. All right, well, let's go ahead and stand up. And I'm just going to set my chair kind of to the side a little bit. We'll do some different standing poses here. Get this camera up a tad bit. Okay, so let's start with Warrior Two. You're going to have the right foot step out and lean into it so that your knee is right over your ankle. That's the alignment that you're looking for. Knee over ankle. And we reach up. I'm sorry, reaching out. And then make sure that your head stays back a little bit. Very common, people will do this sort of thing where they'll lean forward on this pose. Try to make sure that you're right straight up and down. Again, head right over spine, right over those hips. And then I'm just going to look to the side, but I'm not going to let my head go forward. I'm going to pull it back, if anything. I'm just taking 2 more breaths. You might even think of a plus symbol. Here's your line on the side and then the line on the top. All in line there. And relax. Excellent. All right, next we're going to do a chaturanga. We're just going to stand up to the balls of the feet and hold there, balancing. So when you do this, I'd like you to focus on your pelvis. Try not to let it tilt forward or back. Nice and straight up and down. Have the ears right over the shoulders. And relax. Then we're going to put one leg back, coming to heart center. Kind of bend the front leg so that the knee's right over the ankle. The back leg is straight. Looks like a bow and arrow here. And relax. Stay there with your legs right there. And I want you to focus on your pelvis here. It's kind of like a bowl, and you don't want the bowl to spill in a certain direction. And what I'd like you to do is work bending the knees and tucking the pelvis under, and then raising up and coming back. So you can see this curve in my back. Coming under, flattens it out there, and then back to the arch. Bending the back leg. You can do this seated too. You just work the pelvis forward and back. Good. And then we're going to go to downward dog. Stretch it all out. Don't forget which foot was in front for the last one there. Push the hips back toward the wall there, back wall. And one more breath. Good, and then put the other leg forward. We're going to start with the bow and arrow stance. But you might think about your pelvis here. You know, we don't want this or that. We want it right up, straight up and down. Taking one more breath. Good, and then let's try that again where you're going to bend the leg a little bit. This could be done more of a, you don't have to be too wide. You know, you're just going to bend and then bring it back. Might take a second even to kind of feel it. Bringing the pelvis forward and back. It's just kind of helpful to have the leg back and bending it because that brings it forward. You can try it with your feet together and bending the legs, both of them, and then back to here. But ideally, you want to have this pull to be a neutral, not tilted forward or back or to the side. And that's kind of way you might want to think about it. That's your pelvic alignment. All right, we're going to go on to warrior two on this side here. So stepping out, find your angles there. Don't let your head come forward too much. Pull it back. Just taking some deep breaths. And relax. Good, excellent. Let's go back up to the balls of the feet, just like we were doing earlier. Just up and down, kind of on your own there. Just up and down. And then hold it. So don't just think about your feet and everything, but think about your core. Tighten that core, make it solid, get it all in line, pelvic alignment. That might make it easier to balance. And relax. Good. Let's go on to a chair pose. This is a good one to work on your alignment of your legs. Hips, knees, and toes all in the same line. We're going to reach out with the hands and like we're sitting back in a chair. Another part of it is you don't want your knees to go forward. You're going to sit back with it. Knees are just right over the, if anything, they're right behind the toes at least. So when you look down at your toes, you should be able to see your toes. Now you can reach up more if you want a challenge. And relax. Excellent. All right, next what we're going to do is just some hip circles. We're going to actually slide along the floor. You can do this seated as well, just sliding along the floor too. Either way. So come forward and back, and then take it back and around. And just go back and forth. You can work balance if you want to. One more. Good. Do a couple without sliding along the ground, if you can. You might touch back there and then come back. All right, let's try the other side. All right, here we go. So slide out and around. Take it back the other way. About 5 or 6 of these. All right, and then if you want to try a couple just above the ground a little. Excellent, excellent. Good, let's just rotate the knees. It's actually rotating the ankles a little bit too. And other direction. Okay, so next is gathering sunflowers. It's going to be a good one to work with pelvic tilt and making sure that you have good pelvic alignment too. So we're going to have the toes turned out. Good, I'll just move this out here. So toes are turned out. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Have your feet wide enough so that when you go down, your knees go right over your ankles there. Inhale and exhale. So you don't want your rear to push out too much. You got to keep that pelvis as upright as you can here. There'll be a slight lean forward, but don't put your butt out. Inhale, exhale. Keep going there. Just gonna get focused. There we go. So then we're gonna go to sun god pose. Palms are up. Pull your shoulders back and down. So this is a great alignment exercise. So you can see me from the side. I'm gonna keep my pelvis tucked under, palms up, my back is pretty straight, my head's not forward, shoulders over ears. And just imagine it's a nice sunny day out. You're just taking in all the sun's energy. Taking some nice deep breaths. And relax. Good. I'm going to grab my chair again because I want to do tree pose. And so I want something close by just in case I need something to hold on to. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And just make sure that you're not tilting your hips out. Keep the body upright. Taking about 3 more breaths. And relax. Good, I'm just gonna bring my chair to the other side here. And deep breath in. Exhale. Coming to tree pose. Get your alignment going there. Taking just a couple more deep breaths. And relax. And we're just going to do some twisting. Ring the gong. Toes turned in slightly, that helps. Take some pressure off your knees. Look in the direction you're going. And feet together. Now we're going to reach up and over. Take the hips this way this time because we're really going to try to stretch the hips. And we're going to reach up and over, reaching toward the knee. But make sure that you're not leaning forward. Keep your body in side alignment. And we'll try the other side. Excellent. All right. Let's practice just moving the pelvis around. So it's just like Elvis, you're just going to move it around. But the more you can get out of your hips like this and more into the pelvis, the better. So you actually want to try not to move your hips side to side and just move within the whole core. Hopefully you can see here. But the more you do it, the more you'll get in touch with it all. Let's try going the other direction. and relax. Go ahead and just reach up, lift the chest, breathe deep in the belly. Reach up and back. Take one more breath. And relax. Good. Next one we're going to do is we're just going to reach up and look back. And then we come back to center. You can do this seated too. Reach up and look back and center. Up and back. Just go back and forth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. On your own there. Good. And then the last one I have for you to do standing. If you have a wall, that'd be great, but if you don't, that's okay. This is a good example of a good fitness test, though. If you put your hand against a wall or imagine that a wall is there, you want to be able to move up the wall without moving the arms off the wall completely. And the more you can reach up and feel it, the better. See if you can do this a little bit. So I'm coming off just a little bit, about an inch off the wall. You might be able to see it here. See, just a little, can't quite keep it up. But that's a good test to see where you're at with your flexibility there. But you can just work it for your breath, inhaling up, and then exhaling down, trying to keep those arms back. All right, do a couple more breaths there. Just a couple more. Excellent. All right, well, let's go ahead and have a seat. Finish up with some seated stretching and poses. We're going to start with the pigeon pose. So you're going to cross the legs, good posture, and just lean into it. Taking some nice deep breaths. And other side. Excellent. You might move to the side of your chair a little bit. We're going to put the one leg back. And depending on how much you want to go back, you can be closer to the back of your chair or further away. And the further away from the back of the chair, the more you'll get stretched out in this leg here. Do what's best for you, leaning back, feeling that stretch in the front of the leg. Well, what's wrong with my focus today? Let's try the other side. It's a great quadricep stretch. Now, if you're able to grab your leg there, you can do that too. That's another option. But whatever is best for you. Taking one more nice breath. And relax. Excellent. Next, we're going to imagine that we're just hugging a tree. And then opening up. And you can alternate the arms that are crossed. So exhale when you hug. Inhale when you open up. And just go back and forth a couple more times. Good, and then we're gonna grab onto the side of the chair, lean to the side, and let your ear cover to your shoulder. And other side. And then we'll try the back scratch. This would be another test that you could do. You would measure the distance there, your fingers, or see how far you can get. Usually there's a big difference between one side and the other. Just hold that for another breath. And then we'll try the other side. I have a lot less range here. Taking one more breath. And relax. Good, let's go ahead and sit back a little bit. And we're gonna work the hands, opening and closing. Make a fist and then roll your wrists around. And other direction. Push out, pull the fingers down. And you can use the back of the chair trying to open up the chest. Take a couple breaths here. And relax. Good. I'm just going to open up the chest and we'll focus on breathing here. Focus on inhaling deep in the belly. And we're going to really work some diaphragmatic breathing. So you should feel that muscle of the diaphragm coming up. And then as you inhale, expanding out. So let's inhale for about 5 seconds and then exhale for even longer. You always have a little extra air in there. So try to get it all out. Exhale for like 7 or 8 seconds. You really feel the belly coming in then. And then inhale for 5 seconds. Exhale nice and long. And inhale. Start to go at your own pace, but see how long you can make your breath. If you get dizzy or anything, stop and just go back to normal breathing. But really see what you can do. You should really start to feel the work of the muscles in there. And also, it feels almost like a massage on the inside. Using the breath to massage all these organs in there. Give you just a minute or so and just really work your deep breathing. Taking just 2 more deep breaths and then we'll close up. Good. Open your eyes, coming to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully you can keep working on your alignment. You get better every day.